We have an exhibition of Elvis artefacts that tell the story of Elvis's life from birth through to death. So it focuses on telling people the story of who Elvis really was, not just the man who was on stage or on the TV screen or the movie screen, the person that actually lived the life off stage as well. So there's a lot of interesting stuff about Elvis that people might be able to find out about. The spiritual side of Elvis, the philanthropic side of Elvis, the troubled side of Elvis, the part that people can probably relate to in our everyday lives as well. You know, no matter who you are, a big star in life, there's still problems that you've got to deal with.
Awesome. And tell us, you're quite passionate about this. You've been collecting this memorabilia for 15 years.
Yeah, I've been collecting the artefacts for about 15 years now, and I've got a museum in Parks, and I've got enough items to set up another museum here on the Gold Coast, which I've always wanted to do, so I'm really excited about that, because I just love sharing the story of Elvis with people and giving people the opportunity that can't go to Graceland and have that experience that I had the first time I went, of feeling that connection to Elvis. If they can walk through here, get to know a bit more about Elvis and think, wow, I was this far away from something that Elvis wore, then I think that's a really special thing to be able to give people.
What you inspired you? You went to Graceland and you felt, a connection or something?
Yeah, when I went to Graceland for the first time, I walked through his house, which is now a museum, but you're walking the floors that he used to walk, and there's something about that that really speaks to you. But more than that, I think for me, being a performer, having certain life experiences and being on a life journey, there's parts of his life that resonated with me too. But as I said, I think for everybody, there's something in Elvis's life that, whether it's, you want to aspire to be more philanthropic, or you're investigating spirituality, or you want to be more, you want to love life more and be a big kid like Elvis was, there's something about Elvis that will appeal to everybody.
And 42 years since he passed away tomorrow, is that just a coincidence that you guys are deciding to open tomorrow?
Yeah, it pretty much is a coincidence. And it wasn't until we said, okay, let's open on this date. Yeah, sure, we knew it was his anniversary of his death, but what we didn't realise is that he died at the age of 42, and this being the 42nd anniversary of his passing means he's been dead for as long as he was alive. So, it's a pretty important day.
Yeah. So why the Gold Coast? Why here?
I've always wanted to set up a King's Castle Elvis Museum on the Gold Coast, because you get so many tourists up here, and that's a great opportunity to share the story with a lot more people. So I think having the King's Castle here at the club, the Italo-Australian Club in Clear Island Waters, is a great opportunity for people to come have a great meal, see some entertainment, and also see the museum.
Great. So at this stage it's temporary, but you're hoping it'll be permanent?
Yeah, look, I've got a really good feeling about this location. I think it's a great exhibit. I think people will come here and they'll love it, and I think it'll generate a lot of interest for years to come. So, yeah, all eyes are on this being a permanent thing.
Awesome. And any particular items that, people will find most interesting, do you think?
Yeah, look, I think people will love seeing jewellery items, in particular things that there's photographs of Elvis wearing. Personally, I love the items that come out of Graceland, things that were his own personal things, not movie clothing that he didn't necessarily wear off screen. Anything he wore on stage, I think people will like to see. But yeah, for me, it's the stuff that come out of Graceland or his bedroom, because his bedroom was his private sanctuary where he felt really safe. So often he wouldn't even come out of his bedroom all day. For weeks at a time, he'd just live in his bedroom. So for me, anything that's come from his bedroom, I find that really interesting.
And will you be swapping the artefacts between Parks and here, or is it kind of like, will you be mixing it up, or is it they here to stay?
No. So the idea will be that I'll rotate the items between Parks and the Gold Coast so that we can mix up the display. And in fact, the two museums are set up differently. So whereas this one is sort of broken up more into sections of Elvis's life, the one at Parks is more about a chronological look at year by year of what he did. So this one's really broken into areas like spiritual Elvis or Elvis at home, the movie years, Elvis and Priscilla, the army years, and they're really dedicated to those little sections of Elvis's life.